I'm live. Hi, Amaris. Good to have you here. Apparently I was wrong about whether my goats can be seen. I'm good, actually. Okay. How are you? There. Happy to be working more on this. I'm actually doing the border on this side, and then I'll probably do a border on at least the opposite side. I don't know if I'll do the whole border, but using these yarns. And I'm actually working off of the first mosaic thing that I made. So this was a pattern from somewhere. I don't remember where, but since I have it, I can sort of just look at that and then copy that onto here. Hi, Winter Nightmare. Good to have you here. For some reason, Streamlabs tells me 0 or like 1 viewers, so I feel like the count isn't super accurate because it was saying 0 when there was at least 1 person. But yeah. So. And how are you? Also, let me know what you're working on, or if you're drinking coffee or tea. I have my Witch's Brew cup. Where did this come from? I want to say it was Joanne's or something, but I don't actually know. Very tired. Okay, yeah. That's a mood. Making anti-sweethearts. Cool. Is that like a certain pattern? Like it sounds like it's probably a anti-Valentine's Day thing. So yeah, let me know if like you're making more stuff for your shop or just making it for fun in general. Ooh, you're sketching today with a glass of water. Yay for hydration. This is the sparkling water, even though it looks like soda. I did some art today this morning too. I did a pixel art thing of Gwyn, my the patron god. Basically just a him against a starry sky with flowing shiny hair. Sorry. Sometimes I get these what's known as blocks in stuttering, so I'm like, I know what I want to say, but it just won't come out. But I wanted to say was, hi, Woodshed Theory, good to have you here, welcome. And Winter says, I'm designing it actually, and yes, those are the little heart candies with the messages on them. Ooh, that's a fun idea, except the messages on mine will be me. Yes. I mean, that sounds like a great thing to do for kind of um, subversive, um, alternative Valentine's Day. I would love to hear some of the messages if you want to share them, but no 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 pressure. Also, I forgot to ask, Amaris, what are you sketching? If you if you want to share. Art is something that I want to start getting back into because well, for many reasons, including my webcomic. I'm not sure if you can hear my roommate and their their room is right there. So, but I don't I I don't think that'll be a problem for like um, noise wise. So a, a lot of f bombs planned, but those are not going to get put on Ribbler. Yeah, probably a good idea. Also, a few I had in mind: eat dirt, hate you, next, bye, nope, hex my ex. But those are good. Oh, so you're sketching best ideas you may want to make from Victorian era that make them knit or crochet. That's cool. So it's kind of like the crochet poet shirt that I'm working on. It's cool to see more people doing that, where they're like trying to take things that would be sewn but translate them into yarn form. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing how that turns out. Hi Zara. We're talking about what we're working on, or the drinking. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like you've been doing that a long time. Started watching the video, you tagged me on it, but I'm only at, um, at the beginning so far. Yeah, well, thank you for watching. I, not that you have to, but I appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's my next part of the poet shirt that I'm making. So I just uploaded the first part of the back panel, and that's not like a step by step to tutorial yet. It's sort of me like walking through the process of making my second draft, but at some point there will be an actual pattern. But hopefully this is helpful or interesting to people that want to go ahead and make it along with me. 9 years old. I just find it easier to sketch what I want first. Yeah, that's a good way of visualizing it. I've got a couple of boho style duster jackets I'm working on in different colorways. Ooh, I want to make some succulent amigurumi. Nice. Those will be cute. Yeah, I feel like I probably connect more to like amigurumi of plants or even just like food, like tiny cakes and stuff. I would definitely make those. Um, Not that I don't love my goat here, but he's. But I don't often make animal amigurumi, so. Oh, for the new people, this is my mosaic borders so far. Working on transferring this, which I think was the first mosaic piece that I did. The pattern was from a chart I found on Google. Oh yeah, and the one thing that I kind of have to keep reminding myself of is that I'm switching the colors. So here the black and blue are not the are the opposite of this. The graph can I was working on last time has been going well. The thing is, I'm up to the part where I've done the whole boob kind of. So I don't know if I want to show that on stream. Like, it's one thing in a video where I can maybe blur it or like give people a chance to like pause or skip that part, but I was like, yeah, it's getting a bit too spicy for live stream probably. But I do want to update you with progress on that at some point. Finally decided to get brave and try it last year. Oh, the succulent amigurumi. My team at work did Mario Kart costumes for Halloween, so I made mushrooms and stars and bananas. Cool. It's always fun when you can crochet some accessories for a costume, or the entire costume. I like kind of in awe of the fact that Altnots does that every year, and I guess I did it mostly last year, but now I'm like, well, maybe I can do a 100% crocheted costume. But I feel like with my current level of learning to be comfortable with fitted wearables, it's probably a good place to start. Oh, you keep forgetting to post your patterns. Well, you know, there's always time. Amigurumi in general, I don't know why, but it intimidated me. Yeah, I'm for what it's worth, I'm often intimidated by new things too. So. But I often find that once I start it, then it's like, oh yeah, I can do this. So that's happened often enough that I'm like, okay, so the nerves will probably go away once I start it, but I still have to start it. There is no time. I'm very behind on my posting schedule. That's a mood. One of my friends who I took a self-employment class from, one of the things he said was that there's always more you can put on your to-do list. So sometimes you just have to decide, okay, right now is time off. I am done for right now. So I've tried to take that to heart, and it's helped somewhat, but I still feel like I'm always having to catch up. Catch up. Yeah, amigurumi can be challenging. Oh, you've got 3 sketches, but leaning towards the Victorian 1892 waistcoat vest stole. Cool. I admit I'm not too familiar with clothing from that era, but it's cool to hear people that know about something talk about it. Just like cool to learn and stuff. I think that's one reason why I love watching lectures, because just hearing someone that is passionate about something to tell you about it is just like fun. But yeah, I hope that your project goes well. I have at least one crochet vest that I'm working on that has been kind of in the closet for a while. But this that makes me think I should get that one out soon. Oh yeah, and adding this superhero colorwork logo would be kind of a cool contrast with the Victorian style, just like an interesting mix of old and new. So, Not Monsters books I bought have the great phrase, "Nothing is hard, only new." Yeah, that's a good point. We forget what was hard a year ago. Now we don't just struggle with. Yeah, and that's something I've been trying to remind myself of too. Like, there's a lot I've learned even in the past few months, and even though I do still have things that I'm nervous about, but I've learned new stuff before because I'm doing that new stuff now. So. And sometimes I realize it's just that I need different tools, and it's a lot easier if you have the actual thing that you need. Like, I've tried to learn more official null binding at times, and I still want to, but I realized for actually learning the stitches other than this very loose simple looping that I was doing with that one piece, I really need to get an actual null binding needle, which I don't have. So that's the next thing. I would love to get one out of like antler or bone. It just feels very the witchy. Speaking of witchy, I have my sandalwood rose incense. going, but I am almost out, so I will have to go to the local witch shop soon, which is not like a bad thing, but I'm like, oh no, I have to spend money on cool stuff now. Well, I hope that everyone's having a good weekend. Speaking of other crafts, I got to do some sewing yesterday. Remaking a couple of my dress pants that I don't wear into pants that look cool and actually feel a lot more comfortable to me. So going to the local witchy shop is a very bad thing. Can I go with? Yes, please. Come down to the Bay Area, California. And even if I only get incense there, like it's just so fun to look at things. You have so much cool stuff. Last time I was there was for the Halloween party, which was a long time ago. Wow. It's funny that I don't think twice about spending money on people I love, but will try not to spend money for myself. Yeah, that makes sense. It can be hard to do that for yourself sometimes. Probably burst out into the flames due to the heat if I went too used to Canadian winters. Yeah, that makes sense. Luckily, it's pretty cool right now. My laptop only told me that rain is coming, which has been the case for, it's either been raining or been about to rain for the past like couple of weeks here. But let's see if, I wonder if I can find the actual temperature. Oh, right now it's 52 Fahrenheit, which, trying to think if I know what that is in Celsius. I'm gonna guess the really low 20s. I could be wrong, but it's cooler than most people think of as like the temperate spring temperature, if that makes sense. I think. So it's not super hot right now, but if you came during the summer, I would say probably not. Oh wow. Wait, is that the temperature it is for you now, or the one that I said? Is it if it's the latter than that, then I was way off. The from 11.11. Cool. Okay, yeah, that um thanks for looking that up. And now I have one more that milestone in thinking about what the exchange rate is. There's more like the -5C. Wow, yeah, that that is cold. It's now 57 degrees in Georgia, USA. We have abnormal and annoying weather change from hot to freezing to cold in my state. The joys of southeast winters. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that a lot of places in the south can just be like zoop, boop, boop, in terms of the temperature. I'm sure it makes it hard to deal with in terms of when do you take your winter clothes out, or like how long do you keep them out. Yeah, that's, if you're used to 30 below zero, then 5 below is not that bad. Colder than usual in SoCal. It's 57F 13C. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been hearing from my Southern California friends that it's raining there just like it is here. So I guess the whole California coast is in that massive rainstorm. Yeah, no problem. I will be here when you get back, as long as it's before 12. I'm 12 Pacific. I think at some point I'm just going to pick a day on the forecast when it's not raining and go do the things I do the errands I need to do, because I'm kind of like, well, I'm putting things off because of the rain. Yeah. That's kind of how I felt about living at least in Southern California, with how hot it gets up in the summer. I was like, can I move? And I did move, not far, but I appreciate that here even though like I haven't been here for the height of the summer, and I'm sure it will get hot, but it seems like it's not quite as bad as when I was in LA. Going to sell knee-high Converse. Nice. Oh yes, the colorway. There are actually a few. So this is one of them, and this is this sparkly black yarn is from Ice Yarns. I don't know what the name is, if it has one, but it's I think it's one of the synthetic ones. So synthetic plus like Lurex, which I think is the silver strand. This one is one of the Hobie Universe sparkly colorways, and it's the greenish gray blue one. I think it might be called Orion, but I don't know for sure. And then these are two different colorways of the Hobie Halloween universe. Then I have some of the orange ice yarn. Yeah, I have some of the orange ice yarn in here that I got to go with this. And let's see. The Rainbow Rose is a sadly discontinued Lion Brand color. Shawl or line, yeah. The Shaolin a ball line. So I think this one is called Prism. Sadly, I have learned the hard way not to get too attached to the Lion Brand yarns. They tend to discontinue them. Yeah, there is a shipping cost with ice yarns. I mean the nice thing is the yarns themselves are so cheap, but like since they're shipping from Turkey, I think, but yeah, the right way to do it is probably to just like do a big order. Yeah, I have come to love the Hobie yarns a lot too. Yes, Shaolin a ball. That was the Lion Brand yarn here. I have a couple of skeins in a different Shaolin a ball colorway that I'm going to use for my current draft of the poet shirt, but sadly, like that's all I have. So yeah, Lion Brand is like Trader Joe's with discontinuing great stuff. Yeah, it that is a great comparison. So my family loves Trader Joe's, and I remember my mom was quite sad when they discontinued the mango salsa. She was like, "How could Trader Joe's do this to us?" Sorry, I was just thinking whether you meant Trader Joe's or Lion Brand, and I don't think they have Trader Joe's in Canada, so I'm guessing you mean that Lion Brand. But yeah, hopefully they don't discontinue the Scarfy and the ice cream lines. Speaking of things I wish they had in other places, I kind of wish that we had Cracker Barrel here, because it's a whole culture, and my family has a lot of southern roots, so there's like a lot of feelings, both good and bad, about the Cracker Barrel that I have, and just like sometimes I would just like to go there on my own with Gwyn, but just like as far as other humans, just me, and just like hang out and get some good food, and just maybe I'll find another mermaid mug. Yes, Lion Brand. Yeah, that makes sense. My daughter is 22 and still complains that one of her faves was discontinued when she was about 5. Yeah, I mean, sometimes those things stay with you. love the ice cream yarn. I've made a Chinese, not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm guessing cheapo, but cool. That is, that sounds like a big project. Have you worked with Scarfy Light yet? Oh, and that your friend has it now. Cool. Trying to think if I've worked with any other Lion Brand lines besides this shawl and a ball. I feel like I probably have some of them in my old stash of yarn that was mostly just random yarn that I got from other people that I didn't really think too hard about what brand it was back then, and I had like one crochet hook that I used. It was about a 5 or a 5.5, so I just like did all the crocheting I was going to do with that one hook, and didn't really care about sizes, but like that was a different time. Scarfy is a 5 weight, so the light is supposed to be a 4 weight. I'm on the fence about trying it because I like the original. Sounds like I may have to check out Scarfy because color schemes that are black with the color are one thing that I like. As you can see. I can make it sparkly and rainbow, but also goth. Randomly thought of a really good Tumblr name that I saw. This will probably only make sense to Tolkien fans, but in the version of Sauron that like Sauron has a boss, and his name is Morgoth. So someone's Tumblr name was Morgoth than you. Yeah. Please don't laugh when I say this, but I just finished my stash and I'm sad I now have to yarn shop, but as long as I've saved... I don't quite understand what you're saying there, but you've saved 300? Nice. Yeah, definitely no judgment here, but I can definitely understand how it's both nice to finish to things that you've had in your stash, but also like sad because you have to go get more stuff now and spend money. Oh, so the colors in the Scarfy Light are more pastels. Yeah, those the winter I definitely get you there. I am very glad to have gotten my top surgery. I actually stopped wearing bras before that because I like not not everyone can, but I just happen to have like a small chest, so I could hide it with just like loose shirts, but yeah, it's not fun when you have to deal with that. Okay, so it sounds like if I wanted to check out Scarfy, I should probably look at the original. Although sometimes I do like pastel colors as long as they're like kind of icy pastels because they go well with black, but yeah, I um, definitely get that. It's hard when like you know that you don't see your body as meaning a certain thing in terms of gender, but other people are like, oh, this must mean that. It's a little bit how I feel about my hair. Like I love it, but a lot of people think long hair must mean female, even though there are lots of cultures, both historically and now, where men have had long hair. But yeah, just was reading your comments. Yeah, that makes sense. Had to start crocheting bras and adding corset style to the back because they are expensive nowadays. Yeah, they I I haven't bought them in a long time, but I'm sure that they are. But that is so cool that you're making your own, and I've always been a big fan of anything corset style, so I'm like, ooh, fun. Not fun that you have to do it, but like it seems like a cool um, garment. I also think like didn't Pink Sheep have this pattern for a bralette? So it's cool to see people going like, no, I'm not going to spend all of this extra money on something that I have to get. I'm just going to do it myself. So I feel like that kind of, and it feels more it feels more empowering. My mouth is getting dry. I should drink some coffee. Witch's brew. So I also need to actually hydrate, but oh, one version of that I've done in my own wardrobe, just like using crafting style or crafting skills to fulfill a need, is actually this shirt. It was a dress shirt, and then I added this black panel out of some ribbon and added the on this side for the loops for the corset style lacing. I actually used my buttonholes, and then I also added a series of loops down this side so that I can that lace it up, because I was thinking about what how can I get more shirts, because my the graphic tees were starting to have the like ink on the like this. I'm not sure if it's screen printing or, but yeah, the pictures on them was kind of falling off. So I was like, okay, so I have these dress shirts. How can I make them, like, why do I not want to wear them? How can I fix that? And also how do I make them look like something that I want to have in my wardrobe long term? Because I've been building like a gothy wardrobe for a long time, but ran into a few snags here and there, such as being trans and having to, not that I had to switch from dresses, but I realized, yeah, I feel more comfortable being like in more of a femme but male goth style, so, but yeah. I'm doing the same thing with my dress pants now. Love sewing and making my own clothes. It's ethical, sustainable, and it saves me a little money as well. But my mom hates it. Well, she bought me pants, and I was like, the 3 for $70 is a no. Return them. Then she was mad. Yeah, I mean, as Zara said, like, you didn't ask her to buy them, and like you have your own priorities about what's important to you in clothes, and I also love those things that you said about it being more sustainable, because one thing I'm also trying to do is create a wardrobe that will last for a long time, that I will love wearing and want to take the time to repair. So, like, I have a couple of house pants that I wear, and several different times I found small holes in them, but I just take my hand sewing and like stitch them up. One time I found a hole like right in the crotch seam, and I was like, oh well, it's a good thing no one can see that, but I'm still gonna just, and I also had to cut off the bottoms of the legs, because my legs are short, and the fabric was getting caught in my like shoes and stuff, and so they tore actually around the bottom. So but it's knit fabric, so I didn't have to hem them, just like snip. Let's catch up on the comments. It's the fun of finding out your personal style after finding out your gender. Yes, lots of new and different possibilities. She did it to get a reaction, and she got it. I have no chill for wastefulness. Always a challenge with finding clothes for my current body. I'm just like, how do I get clothes that are comfortable and that like fit around my waist? So, yeah, like as I feel like people who police your fashion choices are usually not doing it out of genuine concern that this is like what you're wearing is actually inappropriate for like the workplace or like being outside. It's just like they don't want you to wear something that is weird. And they shouldn't care. Yeah, no, no worries, Witchet Theory. Pants are a struggle. For a long time, I just didn't wear pants because I received a couple of kilts from a friend, and so I just wore my kilts all the time. But I don't think they fit me right now. So, but it was nice because it was a trans woman who was giving me her old kilts because they felt too masked for her, and so I'm a trans man, and so it was just kind of a nice like gift thing. Wish I could just wear flowy witchy robes all the time. I gotta crochet more of them. Yeah, I mean, and once you do, like, if you make a pattern for them, you know, um, 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 stuttering, let us know. Because I would like to crochet more of them too. Even though I'm starting to go into the wearable patterns, it's still kind of stressful. So, what's the name of the ceremonial garment that has a hood and and everything? The only thing I can think of is a robe, but if someone else knows, feel free to shout it out. Used to wear hanfu on weekends, and my sister said appreciation, and mom was like cosplay. So when I see them in leggings or sweatpants, I try not to wear my the Lolita or hanfu or Victorian stuff home. Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to navigate that. I don't think I knew that you wear another word that's hard to say, Lolita fashion. I love that fashion. I used to wear it a lot, and I was trying hard to build the wardrobe, but at some point I was like, well, I do still love this, but I need to focus on building my guy wardrobe, because like I love the dresses, but I was feeling dysphoric in them, so. But yeah, it's cool that you do. Yeah, it would be cool to find out what type of robe that might be. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, it's weird that even though I've been a witch and a pagan for a long time, I don't know what the term for that is, but also, like, it's such a huge like it's not like I'm not it's not like one person's going to know all of the things about pagan or the magic stuff. Ooh, you built the Prince style wardrobe. Um, so like Oji or Korona for hubby. He loves dressing up on the weekends to go out with me. Yeah, I would love to start building that type of wardrobe for me too. At some point, like probably like the male version of elegant gothic aristocrat, EGA, but also like gothic OG. So who are my favorite the witchy YouTubers? I actually have a whole bunch that I'm following on my other account, which is where I keep my music. That's Thorn Silver Holly Song. But I haven't watched any I haven't watched any regularly in a while. But one, well, just a couple names that come to mind is there's, I think her name is Kelly and Maddox. She's well known in the tarot community and talks a lot about shadow work and stuff. Then there's a smaller YouTuber who's I feel like I can't remember his name, but like but he's also in the tarot. I think his name is like James Feeney or something, or James something, but it's but I like watching his the videos because he just has like a very soothing voice and talks a lot about tarot and I think also the Lenormand decks, and also talks about some like deity and journey work. So but this makes me think I should probably dive back into that side of YouTube because I do like it. One other that I'll mention that I like watching is Hearthfire Fox. I haven't watched her in a while, but like she talks about the witchy stuff and has a wonderful sense of style. So yeah, I feel like shadow work isn't for it, isn't for everyone. I actually realized I was doing something very very similar to it without calling it that, just by like my own trauma healing and stuff. But whenever people have tried to explain to me what shadow work is, I'm like, well, I don't really get it, but the things that you can do with it sound similar to what I'm doing, like when I go on journeys in my mind with Gwyn or my other gods. I feel like if you're very introspective, then it 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 might not be as much of a useful thing. Oh no, your rabbit escaped or learned to. Hopefully he. I I think I may have disconnected for a moment there, but hopefully hopefully you can get your um, rabbit's space set up so that he doesn't escape. Um, I just realized it's just about 12 where I am, so I have to goat, but um, but this has been a lot of fun. So thank you all for coming and talking about all of these cool things, and I will see you um, um, the Thursday night. So it's time to say goat goat goodbye.